mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus, he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus, you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
Sports mix. We get in the building. We in the Hall of Fame of the night. Lenny, what's up, brother?
Yes, sir, man. Just kicking back, man. Enjoying this snow. Well, staying out the snow, rather.
Yeah. Still winter time.
Yes, sir.
Still winter time, I see. I guess we got another month of this nonsense. Possible.
I take it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I take it.
We ain't got much choice, right?
Yeah.
How'd you enjoy that beatdown on Sunday?
Man, I'm still stunned. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I get it. Philly defense, man. They every time you kind of question them, man, they step right up. And man, they made Mahomes look pedestrian out there, man. And so they had the formula. Clearly, they were prepared. They came out swinging, man. And Hurts looked just as poised as he always does. He came through. They didn't need Saquon to run 200 yards. So I just think on all levels, man, they just, Philly did that thing, man. I am surprised that Mahomes didn't rise to the occasion, but he looked pedestrian. Even my mother was at my house. She was disappointed about the games. She was just rooting for them to score 6 points.
It wasn't looking good for a minute.
Man. And Kenny, it's never been a blowout in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's never been a shutout in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The Ravens was close.
Yeah.
They may have been, I ain't going to say they may have been. I know in recent time they was the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I was definitely not expecting what we saw Sunday. And the funny thing, when I was at church Sunday, I was talking to a couple of brothers, and I said, in order for Philly to beat them, they got to beat up Mahomes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got
Kenny, excuse me. My wife in the background running her mouth. I'm sorry, Kenny. She running her mouth. She had the green tablecloth on. She out of nowhere became an Eagles fan because of the Ravens. She said birds of a feather flock together. So that's her running her mouth in the background. Kenny, I apologize on your podcast.
All good. Yeah, but I told him, man, that's the only way they're gonna beat him. They got to beat him up. Gotta really make him work. And I just didn't expect nobody to make him look like they look. Yeah. He looked real pedestrian, like you said. He looked confused. He looked like, he's like, man, I can't get nothing going. Yeah. And I give KC credit. It seemed like their game plan was to make Saquon a non-factor. And they pretty much held him in check. But it just, man, I mean, the Eagles defense, and we knew they was tough. It wasn't like they just came out of nowhere. Eagles been tough for a couple years defensively.
Yeah.
And big question mark was always, could the quarterback step up to the challenge? Yeah. That was always the big question. And he stepped up. and the young man is a world champion now. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, again, man, I just was not expecting what we saw. You know, I mean, they got all the way into the third quarter before they put points up. You know, and really them last couple points was like garbage time buckets. Really,
Mm-hmm.
it really didn't even matter in the final outcome of the game. You just all right, the quick thing, get them last little couple scores. Shout out to Philly, man. Shout out to the Eagles, man. I mean, if you're gonna go in there, you're gonna go dominate. That's how you do it on the biggest stage. Let the world know.
And anytime the halftime performance was a bigger highlight to the game, that's a problem, B.
Oh,
That's
man.
a problem.
Yeah, they. I definitely been hearing more about that than the game,
Right.
for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Yeah, 'cause the game was a dud. I mean, when you just talk about games, it wasn't entertaining unless you're an Eagles fan. You know, unless you're an
Yeah.
Eagles fan, it wasn't really entertaining. Um, you know, referees couldn't put their stuff in it. You know,
Mm.
Eagles like, nope, we're not gonna leave no doubt. And truth be told, you know, you know how they say about with referees in Kansas City. That's the
Mhm.
only way to get the referees out of the game is you have to beat them.
Yeah.
And they came right
Yeah.
in and jumped on them and just didn't let up. You know,
Yeah.
I think they dumped the Gatorade on the coast. It was like 4 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. I just, as a pure football fan, it's nothing to talk about. You can't talk numbers. You can't talk big plays per se. Other than that rookie linebacker with that interception, and their other linebacker, man, those guys, man, because I remember them. They played well against the Ravens.
yeah, yeah.
They was just in every play,
Mhm.
and they busybodies, man, and you know that defense, man, they solid. I got to give them, their respect. I think they've been number one all year, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what else is it to talk about? No kicking game, no um, and then, well, I guess the talk is only the interceptions, pick sixes, and stuff
Right.
like that. What else is to talk about, man?
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a slaughter. It was ugly. You know, like you said, I didn't even the commercials wasn't even entertaining to me. You
no,
know,
they was job. All right, Kenny, you ain't like the commercials.
I think because the game wasn't any good, I was tuned out, man. I was
Yeah,
tuned out, you know. But yeah, it just shout out to Philly again. I just keep giving Philly props. And I know we got a Philly fan. He tuned in from time to time. Dante Dean, you know,
hmm
big troll, big troll. I know he in heaven. I seen a couple of his a couple of his videos last couple of days. I mean, shout out to him though. He's a Philly fan through and through. And a couple other people I know Philly fans, and they
hmm
so yeah. When you win, you got the right to poke your chest out
hmm
until next fall. You know, well until
hmm
next Super Bowl, you the chance until somebody beats you. So congrats to all the Philly fans. You know, and
yeah.
I wish we had a better game to talk about. That's the thing. You know, it's just not like you said. It's just not
Gonna
much.
put the rest. Are we gonna put the rest? The comparison to Tom Brady. He was knocking on the door,
Yeah,
Mahomes. But are we putting that to rest now? Is he going to be able to reach Tom Brady now?
man, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Tough to reach.
yeah.
But he's still young. You know, he ain't
hmm
done yet. And Tom Brady was winning Super Bowl all into his 40s. So,
Yeah, true.
because really, because you remember the Patriots kind of had a run, and then they kind of I ain't gonna say they had some lean years, but they had some years where they wasn't quite getting there, and then they
hmm
came back, you know, and hit a couple more.
hmm
So you just never know. Just never know. But
hmm
the one thing that's clear, it's hard to win, you know,
hmm
in the NFL, man. So when you for Kansas City to do all the winning that they have done, been in the AFC Championship game the last 6 years. I mean, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
And been in the Super Bowl for was it 4 or 5 years?
Yeah,
So they won 3 of them, right?
that's right.
Won one, then they won 2, and they lost 2 now. So yeah, they've been in the Super Bowl 5 times. It's not easy to win in this league, but I give props to Andy Reid, and I'm an Andy Reid fan. I think Andy Reid is one of the best coaches that's ever been in the league. You see what Anna's talking about. The Eagles came to play. Glad to see them take it. Rookie made good interception. Defense was tough. Halftime show was good. Love the commercial with Snoop about hate. Nobody said much about that. Just complained about halftime. It was clean, classy, and American. Yeah, I did. Snoop commercial was with Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do remember. I saw that one a couple times.
That was nice.
Cool.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. But again, man, the commercials for me didn't really like the one I saw it again this morning. I guess it was like a commercial for like one of the apps, one of the delivery apps with all of the old things like they had to let the dogs loose and had all the dogs running with the hot dog buns on them, and then all the other characters from all the.
What about the eyebrow commercial?
I don't remember that one.
And what's the Lilo and Stitch or the animal on the field? Yeah. The little thing on the field. That's a shame, Kitty. We talking about commercials about the game. This is a shame, B.
It's terrible. This is terrible. This is the Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl, and we can't even talk about the game.
Hey, I got one for you, Kitty. I want to know from you, because the NFL is a copycat league. Typically, somebody come up with something and they turn it. They start something in the league new. This tush push. It's hard to stop. Philly has mastered it. Do you think somebody is going to ever put a stop to the tush push? They look unstoppable with Philly. Philly look unstoppable.
Whatever they doing. And I mean, I guess it's all about leverage. Getting the leverage and getting low. Because you saw what's the lineman from Kansas City? He looked like he was damn near laying on the ground. Chris Jones. And I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt on that play too. Or one of the, he was sideways. He was leaning sideways. And then but like you say, I've rarely seen anybody even come close to stopping it. It look like they getting a yard or two every time. I mean, easy. Like easy. It's not even close. Somebody going, I don't know, man. And I hate to see people, that's the one thing I hate about sports is that copycat.
Yep.
Well, it's just like the trend. This what everybody doing. Like, no, I don't figure your own stuff out.
Yeah.
Be original. All these guys are paying all this money. The top athletes in the world, man. Figure your own stuff out. CB talking about CB. What's up, man? Mahomes and Brady debate maybe in years to come was similar to Mike versus Braun debate.
Whoa, let's be careful, CB. You know why I say be careful? Let's not forget the old greats. Let's not forget Bradshaw. Let's not forget those guys that won multiple Super Bowls. Let's not forget those guys, man. Can't forget Montana. Come on now, let's not forget it. Man. We can't forget those guys. But Mahomes making his mark, but now he got to press on again. He got to keep going now.
Yeah, Philly definitely got some beef on that line. So let me ask you this about because I was thinking about this actually today when I was driving home, and because we hear we say that Tom Brady is the GOAT based off winning 7 Super Bowls, but is he the greatest quarterback? Like, just pure quarterback. I just take away the 7 Super Bowls. When you just talk about quarterback, is he even the greatest quarterback in your opinion?
Well, we got to say that probably the quarterback is the most important player on the field. I believe that he's the greatest, probably the greatest leader. I don't know about greatest quarterback. Like I said, Montana was doing some special things. Although he had some special teams, his teams were loaded. I don't believe that Brady teams was as loaded as his teams. Pure quarterback. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You might chop me up for it, but I believe. I don't know if he's the greatest quarterback, but the purest quarterback in my eyes is Aaron Rodgers. I've never seen somebody to throw the ball like that. I mean, I just never seen it. And the spots that he throw it in, the way that he throws it, I think he's the. I just think he's the prototype quarterback in my eyes. Now you have a new brand of quarterbacks. I get it. The black quarterback has just flipped the script. But Aaron Rodgers, to me, the purest. The greatest quarterback, in my opinion, would be that I've seen with my own eyes would be, I would have to say Joe Montana. You're talking about quarterback, right?
Yeah,
right?
Quarterback,
Yep. Skills and everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady is the greatest leader.
He's great. Yeah, greatest leader, winner. But when I'm just thinking pure quarterback, because I think about them, see, they get lost when he won 7 Super Bowls. So you kind of all that stuff kind of get murky. Them early Super Bowls, Tom Brady was a manager. Like he wasn't expected to put big numbers up. He was expected to manage the game, make a play when you had to. Just don't mess it up. You know, 'cause New England was always a solid defense because Belichick was a defensive coach. So you know he had really good defenses the first few years for sure. And when they got Randy Moss, like always, I even said it that year, and that was like what 2007, the year they went undefeated into the Super Bowl. It was a fast break team. Remember, they was putting up 40 and 50 points every game. I mean, it was crazy, just the numbers they was putting up. And they never took it. They never took their foot off the gas. Like it, you know how sometimes in the third quarter you might be up a couple scores, and New England was still going because I don't think that they had the faith in the defense. So they knew that they had to put numbers up. And in that season, I remember they came here on a Monday night and played the Ravens. And the Ravens played them tough. Ravens just wasn't really good. Defensively, you know, the Ravens was always going to come with it. And they beat them up. You know, they beat Tom Brady up and they made him work. And the Patriots squeaked one out at the end. And then they got all the way to the Super Bowl. And the Giants beat them up. You know, they were physical with them. They made them work. And I just, you know, like if he couldn't run the score up on anybody in those few years, they was going to be hard. It was hard for them to win games. You know, and again, they ran into the Giants at the right time. You know, Giants caught them at the right time and got them. But you know, Tom Brady was he started putting numbers up kind of on the back half of his New England
career.
In the first part of it, he was a manager. He just was, and then they kind of get lost also with Brady. You know, he was the backup. He was the backup quarterback, and Belichick played the hunch. You know, you got Drew Bledsoe that was a all pro caliber quarterback. He gets injured. And you go with Brady, and I remember that too. I remember when it was like, what Bledsoe was eligible to come back, but Brady was winning. What are they going to do? And I just remember it was like, Belichick was like, hey, we just gonna ride the hot hand.
Right.
Ride the hot hand, and who would have thunk, that at that stage, at that point of his career, that he would become, who he is.
Well, what you're describing now, isn't that skill as well? When you talk about game manager,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of cats that can't game manage and win Super Bowls. How
Right.
many guys can game manage? We call from the Cowboys. We call guys quarterbacks like that game managers, but they can't get to the big one. They can't get to the big dance. Even you mentioned Belichick. You mentioned Belichick. For him to make that decision, that's what make him probably one of the greatest coaches of all times, because he's able to make a decision like that.
Right.
So that's what make those guys great, that we can't take it away from them.
And that's not an easy decision to make.
Right.
When there's so much on the line, when it's about winning and losing, and
Yeah.
you got other guys who because I remember when the Ravens switched from Flacco to Lamar.
Yeah.
And you had dudes like Sizzle that was saying, like, man, listen, I can't. Flacco was my guy. Flacco was my guy, and I'm riding with Joe. You know what I'm saying? And when it came time for him to make a decision, he said, "Hey, I'm at the end of my career anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and roll out." And again, you got the locker room. So if that thing don't go the right way, he could potentially have lost a lot more than just them couple games.
Yeah.
So again, man, it was the hunch. He played the hunch, played off. It's just like he in Baltimore when Flacco bet on himself. He didn't take that contract. Went out there and won the Super Bowl and got him some money. So that's part of it, man. That gamble, But when you talk about greatest quarterbacks, and Tom Brady, like you said, he's considered the GOAT. I just never really, like you said, and I ain't never been an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I don't deny his greatness. You know what I'm saying? I see what he out there doing, man. Like, yeah, he one of them ones. But I was always like a Montana, Joe Montana for sure. I was an Elway guy. And Elway had a rifle.
Yeah.
He was athletic. And he just make it happen. And he had to knock for not being able to win the big one. And he could get them Broncos teams to the Super Bowl. Sometime in miraculous fashion.
Yeah.
To the Super Bowl and look kind of regular. Regular out there. And it wasn't until
late in his career.
The last 2 years, really. The last 3 years, because remember, that 1 year they went like 13-3. Terry Yan, what's that? They went like 13-3 and got bumped in the first round. Well, they had the first round bye, and then they got bumped off by Jacksonville. So, but the Broncos, right, them last couple years, for sure. And Marino, Marino just was a passing quarterback. He could throw that thing. Unbelievable.
But just from a wide receiver perspective, what I saw from Aaron Rodgers, man, the way he would read his receivers, he would anticipate those throws. I just don't see a lot of quarterbacks with the skills he had. I don't see that anymore in the league. That anticipation throw, he would throw it in spots. As soon as the receiver turned around, the ball right there. Yeah. Whether it's an over shoulder throw, he was throwing throws that many quarterbacks cannot throw.
Yep.
I mean, cannot throw.
Yep. Yeah.
And that to me, he was the prototype quarterback to me. He just can't. Probably his arrogance, probably his attitude and approach is what.
Yeah, he sours a lot of people just with his attitude and that look at me type of thing. You're nothing without me. The CB asks who's the greatest without a ring. I mean, probably Marino that I can think of.
Without a ring, it got to be Marino.
It got to be Marino, unless well, especially with guys that's done playing. You know, Marino, you still got some young guys. You know, of course, Lamar, we don't have one yet. He'll
And
be in
he
the conversation in a few years.
and he went his rookie year. He went
Yeah,
to the big dance his rookie year.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And Diamond Joe beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond Joe
Mm-hmm.
Montana got him up out of there. Got him out
Yeah.
of there. But yeah, I was just thinking about that today. Like, yeah, Brady got the seven rings, and he considered the GOAT. But is he really the greatest quarterback? I throw that around like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man, because you take the rings away and you look at his numbers. He was solid.
Mhm.
Now I ain't take nothing away from what he did because he definitely was one of the ones.
Mhm.
But like you say, and you know what too? I'm starting to feel like sometimes you know how the young dudes say we get so stuck in the past
Mhm.
that we that we don't respect what's going on now.
Mhm.
And I like, but man, sometimes too when we get so far away from it, we tend to
Yeah.
forget. We
Right. We
tend
forget about Bradshaw,
Yeah, we forget how great some of these dudes was, man.
Starback.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
if I mean all things. See, I'm a all things equal kind of guy. You know,
Mhm.
if you stick them guys right now at their prime in this league right now, and it's a
Mhm.
more of a throwing league.
Mhm.
And Terry Bradshaw was throwing that thing when it was a straight running league.
Mhm.
He was putting that
Yep.
thing out there.
Yep.
Imagine him, playing, and he called his own plays.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
he called his own
Mhm.
plays. So imagine Bradshaw being able to throw that thing now,
Yeah.
and like you say, Roger Staubach. And see
Well,
what
you said the greatest without a ring. What about Warren Moon?
Boy Moon, another one. I mean, and he had to take the scenic route to get to the league.
Ah.
He
Yeah.
had to take the scenic route to get here.
Mhm.
You know, yeah. So it's definitely some ones, man. It's definitely some ones that there that all things
Well,
equal.
but also, Kenny, just like we talked that Jordan Braun stuff that CB was talking about.
Hmm.
When I played little league, when I played high school, when I went to college, we were getting hit.
Hmm.
It was a threat to go across the middle.
Hmm.
That threat is no longer there. It's a different league, Kenny.
Yeah.
The wide receivers can run through that middle and run all over the field the way they do and not have that threat.
Hmm.
We had to keep our heads on a swivel at all times. There wasn't no flags being thrown. So when you measure these quarterbacks and you measure these wide receivers and even running backs,
Hmm.
um, come on, man. I'm watching the quarterbacks how they tiptoe to the sideline. Man, that was unheard of back in the day. You better stop. Come
Yeah.
on, B.
Yeah.
So let's be careful who we labeling the GOAT Tom, and then the lead started changing with Tom Brady. That's
Yeah.
when the lead started
Yeah.
changing.
Yep.
You could put hands on the quarterback,
Mm-mm.
and man, those slides they do. Come on, man. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
And again, we come from a different time, and we know the game to be played a different way, and like that's why I don't really get into the when you crossing errors and who's better than who and all that. So
Mhm,
you have to consider the way they play. Like
mhm,
you can't just say look at numbers. You still can't just look at numbers and say this guy will be this or that. Because then it's the same thing with the NBA. They say what rules are we playing with?
mhm,
Are we hand checking? Are we able to
mhm,
touch you coming through the paint, or is it just free flowing? You get to the rim and I might be able to block your shot without them calling a foul. You
mhm,
know, so it's different. You gotta put that into context. You know, but again, and that's why I stopped talking sports with a lot of people.
mhm,
I stopped because sometimes the conversation not even making sense
mhm,
because especially if and no offense to a younger guy, but they can't they can't put it in perspective because they didn't live through it. Like you go back and watch a game on YouTube, it's not gonna hit the same.
Right.
You know, with the perspective you had today, it's not gonna hit the same.
Right.
But if you live through it, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic for us. We saw it. We actually lived through it. You know. So CB say Deacon Jones with the head slap.
Yeah, man. He was throwing them quarterbacks all over the field, man.
Man, you know, it's just a different time, and you know, and defense was praised. You know, you talk about defense no more like that. I mean, you get a good defensive player, and really, because they don't really talk about big hitters anymore. They really talk about like DB.
It ain't none. Yeah, it ain't none. It ain't too many.
Mm-mm.
It ain't too many, man. Because if they do, they paying a purse back to the league if they are a big hitter. Yeah, and I think that's Kenny. I know you're a basketball fan as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't watch the NBA until the playoff time. Really, I try to get into, but it's no clash of the titans. It's no warrior mentality. It's just it's all it's just no competition to me, man. It's just out shooting each other.
Either shooting threes or they on a break.
Yeah. My mother watched sports, Kenny. Mama more. My mother watched sports. And when she turned her head from it, you know, because she used to what, you know, I grew up on.
Right.
And before that. And she was just, man, I just see her now on the couch, man. She was disappointed in that game. No competition, man. The Super Bowl.
Yeah, I bet people all over was disappointed. I'm sure people was disappointed. Big gatherings and all that. I'm sure they was disappointed in what they saw. I was, and I wasn't at no big gathering. And I was like I say, I was getting distracted.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention to the commercials or nothing. I was like, man, this is something else on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, Brian Dong. That's yesteryear.
Yeah, they'll be in prison. They'll be in prison in these games. Oh no way.
Time, man, time just. But you know what? You know what? Because I see this stuff with all sports. You got people that's running sports and have influence in sports that probably never competed in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of lawyers and Harvard graduates and Princeton grads and all these so-called smart people.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with all these rule changes and they changing the way the games are played. They taking away the gamesmanship. Like I'm at a baseball game this past season, Orioles game, and the game go into extra innings. They start with a runner on second base. Like, what is this? That's not even baseball. That's like some stuff we used to do on the playground.
Yeah.
You get an automatic runner. Come on, man. That's not baseball.
Yeah.
That's not baseball. But all this is trying to speed the game up, and no. Leave the game alone. You know, take away. See that you tell them to take away some of them commercials and some of that stuff, that revenue. No, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We can tinker with this game, but we're not gonna fool around with the money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I every year you come up with these foolish rules. So what you think about the new kickoff?
I was going to go there too. Man, look, I'm both ways with it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it looks horrible. It looks ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing how fast those dudes and how big and strong, much bigger and stronger that they are, coming at full speed that far of a distance, man, they wouldn't survive, Kenny. You had to do something. These guys ain't gonna have no brain by the time they 25, 30 years old. I think it was too much impact. I believe it had to change, but I hate it. It looks horrible compared to what it used to be. But I just think you can't do that no more, man. these guys are humongous and they fast.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't work to continue that. So I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Again, it just don't look like football to me.
Mm-hmm.
It don't look
Mm-hmm.
like football. Maybe again, and then not some we like prehistoric now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We see, it's funny, right? When I be talking to the kids I coach, and I say, man, listen, when the 3-point line didn't come to high school till I was in 11th grade.
Shoo.
You know what I'm saying? I remember a time
Mm-hmm.
when there was no 3-point line
Mm-hmm.
in college and high school. So you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So and they just look at me like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there was no
Yeah.
3-point line my first 2 years of high school, and then my 11th and 12th grade year we had a 3-point line.
Yeah. So what year was that, Kenny?
88, 89.
So okay.
Because it came in college in
Wait a
87,
minute. Wait a minute. No. When did it come out of high school?
88,
Mm.
88, my junior year. Yep, my
Wow.
junior year we got the 3-point line. Yep, because it came in college the year before, 87.
Mm.
The Reggie and the Miracles year.
Yeah.
Reggie was out there knocking them threes down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But that, so you it just changed. I guess, man, sometimes it changes. I get it. They want to make the game safer and they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like football just the way it was. Like I didn't see nothing wrong with the with the,
Mm-hmm.
with the way that it was. But I guess when you paying out millions of dollars and they come to see the quarterbacks, like you say, when they started the changing when they putting that wood on Tom Brady and he
Mm-hmm.
got hurt. Remember, he got hurt like early one year, like
Mm-hmm.
the first or second game one year.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Nah, we can't be touching him.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have this now. That's our money,
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to protect the quarterbacks at all costs. Now that's what they tell us. And then we see him taking shots at our boy Lamar. Them late hits that Lamar be taking. And
Mm-hmm.
now we crying if we say something about that.
Yeah.
He running. He a runner. He like a running back now. Like, okay, can't have it both ways.
Right.
Can't have it both ways. Bill Turner, what's up? I don't know why your comment ain't pop up over here. Remember when the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl? Now the Pro Bowl is flag football.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I don't even know how you fix that.
Yeah.
I saw somebody. It was a post. I put it in the group in the Sports Mix group.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody suggested take the two losers of the conference finals,
Mm-hmm.
have them play, like instead of having a Pro Bowl. Where I said, man, no team that lost a chance to go to the Super Bowl is going to want to play in a consolation game.
Nah.
And then somebody else said take the two last place, the two lowest ranking teams, and have them play for the first pick. And nobody's doing that. And nobody's doing that, man. Nobody.
Yeah.
If you're not playing for the big one, nobody gonna play in the game like that.
Yeah, but they got to figure it out, man. But that All-Star weekend is just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Even your sport, man, baseball. Man, I remember how festive the baseball All-Star game was. I think it got a little better, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, man, I knew every player that in each position. I knew every player.
Yeah.
And it was exciting, man. And basketball, that's horrible, Kenny. That basketball is horrible now.
Yeah, it might be the worst. Well, football is terrible, but basketball All-Star game, it's not even a basketball game anymore.
Yeah,
They don't compete at all. At all. They just it's it's not even a dunk contest. This is like, yeah, we got a rebound, throw it out. Somebody go do a little crazy dunk. Then they jacking threes up. They're not playing hard. They're just kind of laughing and joking and like, nah, that's not entertaining.
So why would you be in favor of them having guys off the streets dunking? Because the NBA guys just show nothing to me. Like the guy, you remember the white kid that won it a couple years ago?
Yeah,
Little white
yeah.
kid.
They went to
Give me
Georgetown.
give me an unsung story. Give me a street guy. Give me a guy that's doing something. Man, those guys started doing stuff that I used to can do. It wasn't impressive at all.
Mac
And
McClung.
I'm not even talking about the dramatics of it. I'm
Mhm.
talking about the skill of dunking. Don't how they pull a car out there? That's not really impressive to me.
Not, it's not.
But the skill of dunking, I want to see get that dude that in the neighborhood that's dunking like crazy and pay him some good money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to see something like that.
Because truth be told, like most of them guys that like the ones we see on the videos
Hmm.
in the gym somewhere,
Yeah.
that's about what they got.
Yep.
They can dunk.
Yep.
If you get them in the game, they ain't got much in the game.
They're garbage, huh?
But put them in the layup line. Oh man,
Hmm.
they can show out. They
Yeah.
can show out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how they fix that. Like the 3-point contest is the most entertaining thing during All Star
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the most entertaining part of All Star Weekend now. But like, I don't even know if I watched last year. I know it was last year or year before. I watched, and then I said I'm gonna suffer through this game, and I was just thoroughly disappointed with the whole weekend. Like the dunk
Hmm.
contest, the rookie game, everything was just terrible. Everything
Hmm.
was bad. I'm like, yo, this. So they keep trying to figure out ways to. So now they got because the All Star Weekend is this weekend coming, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think it's this weekend coming,
Hmm.
and they talking about so it's supposed to be like 3 teams or something, and it's like a some kind of tournament type format. Man, what is going on? What are we really doing here? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know one time they talked about the United States against the world players, players from all over the world, and doing a game like that.
Mhm.
That's man, uh, just go out there and play to get the best. That was the
Mhm.
highlight of All Star Weekend.
Yeah.
When the best players, the players that we all wanted to see on teams together, and
Mhm.
they get to play together that one game, and they
Mhm.
going at it, and nobody
Mhm.
wanted to lose. Like they
Mhm.
competed for the whole 4 quarters. Like,
Mhm.
what happened to that?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that? What happened to the pride? The East is the best conference. The West is like, what happened?
Mhm.
And a lot of people, the easy thing now is like, oh, LeBron did it.
Yeah.
With all this
Mhm.
buddy and all that stuff. LeBron, man, that's too easy to point the thing at one guy.
Mhm.
LeBron is an easy target.
Mhm.
Say that, and
Mhm.
I like LeBron, but he's an easy target because he put himself out there to be targeted an awful lot.
Yeah. Yeah. He never been in a contest.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
Shame. Somebody with his stature and his athletic ability, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like Melo. A dude like Melo not gonna give you much in the dunk contest.
Mhm.
So he got a couple of, but he don't have nothing really special with him.
Mhm.
Saying he had a big name, but he's not somebody that I wanted to see in the dunk contest.
Mhm.
LeBron for sure.
Mhm.
So like now you would want to see somebody like John Morant,
Yep.
like Ant.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You would
Yep.
want to see them, and you want to see them go against each other.
Yep.
That will get the ratings up. That would
Mhm.
have people tuned in. Like, okay, let's see.
And talk trash. I
Yeah,
want to talk trash. Make it
yeah,
competitive.
indeed. So that's what they need. But like guys just don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
They got the bag now. They like, shoot, I don't need that. I don't need that money. But it's just what the dunk contest did for the league
Mhm.
because we waited for All Star Weekend.
Mhm.
Like, and again, something me and Dean be talking about. With Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan without a lot of cable. Like cable
Mhm.
TV was not what it was or what it became
Mhm.
in the mid '80s. You had to catch the Bulls like on TBS, or if you had
Mhm.
you had what was it, WGN.
Mhm.
and I know we didn't have WGN, we had TBS.
Right.
So we would see him like I remember catching a couple of them Hawks Bulls games in
Mm-hmm.
the 80s when
Mm-hmm.
Mike still had hair on his head. You know, he'd put up
Mm-hmm.
45, Dominique would put up 48, you know,
Mm-hmm.
them type of games.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, Mike Jordan became popular and ESPN wasn't what it became.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So these guys became popular and big household names based off what we were saying at 11 o'clock on the news, the little highlight clips we was catching
Yeah.
on the 11 o'clock news, man.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't on TV every week, and the Bulls was
Mm-hmm.
trash early. So
Right.
they weren't gonna be on TV no way. It
Mm-hmm.
was all about Boston and the Lakers and the Sixers. At that point, in the 80s, those
We
were the
saw
teams you
we
want to
saw
see.
the tape games too.
Was what was
We when you remember the tape games, they came on at like 11:30. You'll see
yeah,
the
yeah,
Spurs and somebody.
yeah.
I remember because I remember seeing George Gervin, and his game was just amazing, man. He was just like a man among boys, man. The way he scored so easily, man. That's
And
when I got turned on to him. Seeing those tape games later,
can
they would
you?
play early and the game come on later.
But you see how spoiled we are with all the access we got now, man. They had actual games was on tape delay.
Yeah, tape the left.
Cause
Yeah,
I just saw Michael Cooper on
I
with
saw it.
Matt Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, we would play the game and then go home and watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, it's the sign of the times. I mean, we have advanced so much with technology and the access. You can watch games on your phone. Like, I mean, we got so much access now to everything. You know, you find out any information you want, you pull it up on your phone. You can. It's just ridiculous, you know, and that's why I
Mhm.
guess these guys like, man, listen, I've been on YouTube since I was in high school. You know, I got a dunk contest from high school that's still on YouTube. I don't need to get that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
I said, well, you know, you can't. It is what it is. I don't know how you fix it. Like I
Mhm.
got to know with these dudes, man, they ain't tripping off whatever the money is that they paying to win those things. I don't know what you do no more. You know, I don't really
Mhm.
know how to fix none of that. The All Star game because, like you say, the money not going down.
Mm-mm.
Contrary to what people want to happen, salaries are not coming down. So you can throw that away. You know what I'm saying? The quarterbacks in the NFL getting 40 and 50 million a year.
Mhm.
Who would have thunk that
Yeah.
back in the mid 90s? The mid 90s, I'm talking. I ain't talking about the 80s. It was like in the
Mhm.
90s.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
You know. So what do you think about Kendrick Lamar, the halftime performance?
You know what, man? I guess being older, for one, I'm happy for hip hop.
Hmm.
I'm happy for hip hop for being center stage like it is because I was raised. I'm first or point five generation hip hop. So I'm grateful for that. Um, I'm glad I didn't want to see the booty shaking. I
Right,
didn't
right,
want to see the raunchiness and the ratchetness. I'm
right,
tired of that. It's been so much you could do with that. I'm glad. I just didn't want to see that. Um, for whatever his beliefs are, he did make a statement. I believe he made a statement.
right.
Now his style of music, I don't listen to.
Right.
I'm not into it. But whatever he had or whatever point he was trying to get across,
Hmm.
I think he did it. I
Yeah.
think he did it in a big way. I see a lot of cats, even my boys. I see some of them. It was garbage and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I can't see how it was garbage. It's just not my flavor. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
It
right.
just wasn't my flavor, but I don't think it was garbage. And
No, I
I
don't
think
think
he made a statement. Yeah.
I don't think it was bad. Now I had to watch it again
Mm-hmm.
because when it was on, like I really wasn't focused on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched it again today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I watched it again today, and I kind of and then after I've had some of the feedback,
Mm-hmm.
some of the points, people was making. He
Right.
was trying to make this point at this point, so now
Right.
I got that reference. as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see some of the things he was trying to do. And
Yeah.
again, you know, you get a shot to get on the biggest stage, and if you got something to say, that is the time to say it. And you take whatever come with it. You know, and I guess he look at it like, hey, I wasn't on that stage before this. If it hurt me in a way, so be it. You know, so
But
be it.
let's not get ridiculous. They coming out with lists now where he #1 and Michael Jackson #5. Come on, B. Nah, come on now. Calm it down. Calm it down.
I can't do that.
Nah, man. I don't see that, man. But you know, he was strong. I think he was strong, and what he set out to do. But entertaining wise,
Yeah.
because we want to be entertained,
Mm-hmm.
and he was more. I guess he was more getting a point across. But you know, Mike J and those other performances were they were classic at the time.
CB said, did anybody check on Drake?
Yeah. He slammed Drake.
Hey, now you talk about Michael Jackson. Somebody posted his performance on probably today. I saw it.
Uh-huh.
And Mike shot up out of the scoreboard,
Uh-huh.
up on the scoreboard,
Uh-huh.
and then he shot up out of the stage.
Uh-huh.
And Mike stood there for about everybody 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He stood there.
Yeah.
You know, see, Mike was just different.
I like that, baby. I like that. I feel that. Because he can do that.
Yeah.
Only he can do that.
I mean, he just stood there about 5 minutes. He's standing there and the crowd is going nuts.
Yeah.
He just standing there. Then he went in slow motion, went and took the shades off.
Yeah. I like that.
Mike on some other stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
Mike,
that.
yeah, he's an entertainer on a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still entertained by the Jackson 5 stuff.
No doubt.
You know, I go back and watch some of them videos occasionally. I'm a big Mike Jackson fan, so yeah, Mike was born to do that. Like he was never, you know, God looked at him coming out the womb and said, you know what? Get a microphone in his hand immediately and some dancing shoes.
Yep.
And he haven't disappointed since.
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say any performance was bigger than that one.
And now maybe they need to maybe do a dual performance where you see more of a maybe two performers. I know you got to have your headliner, but you know, I don't know, mix it up some.
Yeah.
You know, they do something different.
Did you like the when the Super Bowl was in California a couple years ago with the Dr. Dre and Eminem and all them?
Yeah. I think that was a proud moment for me again, hip hop. And I didn't have a problem. You know what, man? But you got to prepare for it. When 50 Cent was upside down, and he looked just as fat as I do. Yeah, you got to prepare for those moments. And but yeah, I think it was impactful, man, in that regard of hip hop. Dr. Dre is introducing hip hop to the world.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing for me. Yeah. And I think people enjoyed it. I think it was nice.
Yeah.
But that's the mix up I'm talking about though. He had Snoop, he had Eminem, he had 50. I like that mix up.
Mary J was on there too, wasn't she?
Mary J, yep.
Yeah, so they spread it out a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, but you like for sure, you know, and it's gonna be interesting to see which route they go next year. You know,
and then I was kind of upset about the Lil Wayne thing too. I got in my emotions about that. I said that's his city. He should have performed. But I know probably what we were going to get. He was going to have a cup with a straw in it, walking around with his pants down. Come on, man. I don't want to see that. I want to see some entertainment. That's probably what we were going to see, Kenny. And I felt bad for him, but at the same time, I don't know.
Weezy.
Yeah.
F. And he'd have had the whole Cash Money out there.
Yeah, that would have been different. That's a mix-up right there. I like that.
Union out there.
Yeah.
that could Cash Money and Master P crew, could they go on stage?
Yeah.
This stage in the game, like we 30 years away, or 20 years away from whatever their friction was, if it was
Yeah,
in.
I think that would have made sense for that moment. I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Now, whether they could do it or not, I don't know. But I want to mix up like that. In my opinion, I want to mix up. I want entertainment that way. And because we only saw Kendrick, and I think the little girl SZA or whatever her name is. I wanted to see more of that, but I don't take nothing away from his statement though. Yeah.
I saw a video. J. Anthony Brown was talking about the performance.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting on Drake, everybody. All the people that said they ain't like it, he was getting on everybody.
Yeah.
And he said, and Kendrick even brought Drake's ex-girlfriend out there. I didn't know that Drake messed with SZA. He didn't mess with so many of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what J. Anthony Brown was saying. That was one of his ex-girlfriends. He said, "How would it feel? How you gonna feel with your ex-girlfriend up on stage with your arch enemy?"
Yeah. Wow.
If that was the case, I didn't know. I don't keep up with them like that. So
did they announce where it's going to be next year?
I don't know. They made. Let me check. Let me see. What's the Super Bowl? I don't even know what year it is. I mean, what number it is? What number Super Bowl was this?
I don't know what it is. Just put 26 in.
Yeah, I'll put the year in, but I don't know what Super Bowl it is. I done lost track. Super Bowl 26. Where is it going to be? That's all I want to know. Where will Super Bowl 26 be? In 2026, the Super Bowl is going to be at San Francisco, Levi Stadium.
Okay.
Then the following year, it's going to be back in Inglewood at the Rams Chargers thing. So it's going to be in California for the next 2 years. San Fran and then in LA.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they building all these big super mega stadiums with the hopes of drawing, the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to have that. I like an outdoor joint, and we're a cold weather city. I don't need the big indoor.
That ain't gonna happen, though. That ain't gonna happen.
It's not. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
But Washington is looking at putting the stadium on the RFK site.
Yeah. We need something on the East Coast.
Did you see the drawing? Did you see the? Oh man, if they get what they want, it's gonna be nice.
Magic gonna get it. Yeah.
If they get that thing, that's gonna be nice. Because I don't know if it's gonna be right on the site because the renderings is kind of close to the water. I know RFK is not right on the water. It's on that little river, but this look like more like near where the baseball stadium is at. And I know that's close to the water down there.
Well, because of that season they had last year, that should have pumped it up some more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they definitely trying to bring the I'm going to call them the Redskins. They trying to bring them back into the city.
Yeah,
they want to be back in DC. So, but the rendering that I saw, they get that or anything close to that. Yeah, that's nice.
Kenny, you ain't said nothing about how they got your boy. They got your boy. They ain't give him that MVP. You ain't said nothing about that. What's up with that? He got first team All Pro, but didn't get MVP.
That's just like people talking about somebody deserved to win. No such thing, man. You got to go win it. You know what I'm saying? And so Josh Allen deserved it. He Lamar's already got 2. They was prepping us for this all season.
Right.
They was prepping us for this all season, the talking head, the ESPN people and all those, the people with all the big platforms. Lamar's already got 2, so this is probably Josh Allen's year. And they've been telling us this since October, November. It's like they was prepping us for it.
It was.
And Lamar was just he just I guess they were looking for him to fall off at some point, and he just did what Lamar do, you know. And yeah, I just call it what it is, man. That's some BS. That's some BS. You know, Lamar's Lamar. You know, he's the type of guy that could be in the running every year for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mike Jordan was. You know, Mike could have won that thing every year.
Every year, yeah.
They said, "No, I'll give it to Malone. You know, let Karl Malone get one. Let Barkley get one.
Let Barkley have it, yeah. Yeah.
But Lamar got to win that Super Bowl.
That's it.
That's it. He got to win that Super Bowl. And I said that during the season. I said Lamar has shown that he can play. And during the regular season, he is who he is. But he has to show up in the playoffs super. Like, I mean, he don't have to show big. He got to show up super.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dean be talking about he got to put the cape on. He got to get out the bed with the cape already on. Man, he might go to bed with it on.
No, he can't take it off.
Nah. So Lamar got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And you know, his the leash is short with small minds. You know, we gonna ride with him either way.
Right.
But certain people that you know, they ready to jump off the bandwagon at any point.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Right.
You know, I can't do it. I believe that he'll win one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hurry up and wait game now. So now we got a whole off season.
Oh my God, man! Come on.
You know what I mean? And now the news cycle, when all of the, you know, when the free agency started, and when all the player movement and who signed who and the drafts and all this stuff happened. Yeah, I'm just not, like, I was getting on. It's a guy go to barbershop with me. He a big Cowboys fan. I get on this dude every week. Go to barbershop same week every week, right? Every 2 weeks get that, and I get on this dude relentless because he always got on a cowboy hat, a t-shirt, a jacket, something all year round. He Cowboy. I said, man, this y'all time of year now though. We talking about. I said, y'all always in the news from now until August.
Yep.
It's gonna be Cowboys this, Cowboys that. They already talk about. They feel like they right there with the Eagles already. Already.
Oh my goodness.
Season ain't been over 2 days, and the Cowboys already talking. We think we right on par with Philly. Come on, stop.
Wow.
Stop. I think Jerry Jones said it, and Dak Prescott. I read something where he said it. I said, man, stop, man. Whatever they smoking out there in Texas, I don't want no parts of none of that. Because they spoke in delusion.
Oh my goodness.
Man. Yeah, the Cowboys fans are just they win the off season every year.
Yeah.
They win the off season every year. They're gonna be in the news and they're gonna be jumping around, and they fans gonna come into September with a lot of hope, bravado, and they're gonna be this is the year, and then they'll be disappointed by Halloween. Thanksgiving season be over.
Yeah.
So,
what about I got a few questions for you before I go. What Steelers going to do, Kenny? What are they going? Are they going to just stick with their guy? What they going to do, Kenny?
I keep saying these things, saying they the front runners to land Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
I seen it twice today in two different, little. And I don't know how legitimate the publications are that put it out there, but I've seen it twice today. So I said, sometimes where there's smoke, it could be fire, but I just don't see that as a Tomlin move.
Yeah, is that much greater than Russell? I mean, it's kind of like the same.
I just don't see that as a Tomlin type of move at this point. And then, is there another veteran quarterback that they could bring in while they groom the next quarterback?
So is the young? Are you even confident in the young dude that they got?
Who? What's his name? He went to the Raiders.
I'm talking about the quarterback.
You talking about Fields?
Yeah.
He signed with the Raiders.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he signed with the Raiders.
What?
Yep. Yeah, Justin Fields signed with the Raiders.
Hmm.
I don't know if Russell Wilson is coming back. Like, I don't know if he's coming back, but I
Well,
know
they was
Justin
talking about
Fields.
Aaron going to the Raiders too, right? Or New Orleans. So they were saying all the teams, Cleveland, New Orleans, all those teams.
Yeah.
For Aaron Rodgers to go, possibly go to those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I don't know, man. Hmm. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I saw it now. Wait a minute, I'm looking at it now. See, they still got him listed as a Steeler, so maybe he didn't sign. Maybe that was some nonsense I saw.
Yeah, I ain't hear that.
Yeah, so he's still under contract with the Steelers. If I was them, if they still got him under contract, I would rather stick with Justin Fields and then draft a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because Fields is a younger quarterback. Russell Wilson had a run. He had a good 5-6 game stretch where he looked like, all right, he got it together, and then
But
he
that's
took.
what they do every year, though. That's what they've been doing every year, though.
And I'm doing him a solid by calling him by his name because he was Sierra's husband up over here. We
Oh
wasn't even
my
calling that man by his name.
goodness. Sierra's husband.
Yeah, he
Wow.
Sierra's husband for a good little while on the first mix.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he yeah, if I had to choose between the two, if I was the Steelers, I would go with Fields, and I let Russell Wilson walk, and I'd be trying to get a younger quarterback.
Fields just look one dimensional to me, man. He just look one dimensional. I don't think he's gonna get no better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get no better than that.
yeah. I don't
He,
see my play cousin he ain't logged in. He's a Steelers fan.
Mhm.
Uh, I know he got something to say about that. He was foolish enough to think that they was gonna get Lamar Jackson when nobody was gonna sign him. Man, go get away from him.
Come on. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. Like I say, I would. Russell Wilson. I think you got what you was gonna get out of him.
Hmm.
I think, and then really toward the end of the year, he kind of looked like it was. He was kind of like he didn't hit the wall like Steve McNair, but I just
Hmm.
remember Steve McNair was playing lights out,
And
and
then he
then
hit a wall.
hit the wall when he got to the playoff game. We couldn't get a touchdown. I think that's the game we
Mhm.
lost by 5 field goals to the Colts.
Yeah. He couldn't do nothing.
And that next preseason, I went out. I took my sons out there to Westminster, out there to the training camp.
Hmm.
And I watched him drop. I watched him dump off after dump off after dump off. I said, man, he can't throw the ball.
That's it.
And I remember on the way home, I called Dean. I said, man, I
Mhm.
went out here to this training camp. I said, these boys gonna be lucky to go 8-8.
Wow.
I said, man, McNair is done.
Hmm.
I don't even think he played a game that year. I think he got hurt before the first game. And Kyle Bowler was the quarterback, which we knew what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yup, McNair, I said, man, this dude is done.
He clearly had personal issues too. So.
Yeah, there's that.
Hmm.
There's that. But yeah, it's just like when that thing go,
Hmm.
it's like, I mean, you were an athlete. You know how, man, when you used to doing whatever you did, and then one day you got up and he's like, man,
Hmm.
where that pain come from?
Yeah.
Or, I know for me, just going to shoot around sometimes
Hmm.
and like, just to take a little set shot. I ain't even talking about a jump. I'm just a little set shot, man. The knees don't work, and
Don't
I'm like,
work at all.
what is going on?
My knees are done.
Yeah, it's
Done.
bad. It's bad. But again, that stuff go like
Hmm.
you hear people say go overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
For
real.
real.
It will go, and you be looking like, where did I leave it?
Yeah.
Where did I leave it?
Wow.
For a professional athlete, that's conditioned to run and work out, at a level we would never understand.
Hmm.
and then for when it's gone, and I know that's got to be something.
Yeah.
That's got to be something, man. But I'm a sports fan, and I don't see it no other way. You know,
You ever been on location, Kenny? You ever set up on location somewhere else?
Mm-mm. It's in the plans.
Yeah, that's
In the
something we got
plans.
to do.
Yeah, it's in the plans. I got a couple. I even had a couple people offer me their
Hmm.
spots. If I wanted to do something, and I got an idea that I'm throwing around, and definitely will have you a part of that because you can relate to it. It
Hmm.
was something along the lines with HBCUs, the HBCU
Hmm.
sports.
Hmm.
So you were actually a HBCU sport participant. So
Yeah.
you'd be a great person to have on that panel. But I'm working on that one.
Hmm.
I got some things in line. I just gotta kind of pull it together.
Yeah.
And, was you able to check out the Ernie Graham?
I haven't, man. Give me your quick take. I gotta get out, Greg. Get out of here. Give me your takeaways from that.
Yeah, it was real good conversation. Real good conversation, man. He was candid. Um,
Yeah, I saw
he,
that.
there were some things he said he didn't want to touch, just based off some things he's working on for himself that he's gonna put together and put out
Hmm.
there. But he told the story about how he got the Dunbar, which is a story I never heard before. It was always like he just transferred. They always say Bob Wade got him down there,
Hmm.
and it was way above Bob Wade. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He was saying that he went to Lake for them for the 10th and 11th grade,
Uh-huh.
and he ended up wherever he lived at. Patterson was the zone school,
Hmm.
and so his senior year he had to start the school year at Patterson.
Hmm.
I don't think he ever went to school there. I think, but he was supposed to be there.
Right.
And it was some things going on with some city council people.
Hmm.
He may have named them. I don't remember if he actually called the names of the people that was working the stuff out.
Hmm.
But I think he was saying that's when they made it to where Dunbar became a citywide public school,
Hmm.
and then he ended up down at Dunbar at
Hmm.
that time. But he said if he had his choice, he'd have stayed at Lake.
Hmm.
They had a really good team at Lake.
Hmm.
And he said he kind of felt bad leaving. They was his guys, he played 2 years with them guys, and his brother played. I think his brother was a year ahead of him,
Hmm.
but he was there. He left. He had to leave his guys to go to Dunbar. But he said what the benefit of going to Dunbar was that Bob Wade allowed him to play on the wing
Hmm.
at 6'8".
Right.
He let him play on the wing, on offense, on defense. He was in the he was the center.
Hmm.
So he said, but
Wow.
that really allowed him to showcase his talent.
Hmm.
Where had he been in another situation, another coach might not have allowed that.
Right.
So he was thankful for that. But he said he had Georgetown. Big John was checking him, was on him a lot. Like he said, Big John was down there a lot.
Hmm.
UNLV was on him.
Hmm.
Maryland, of course. He talked about the Maryland situation,
Hmm.
and 'cause I sent him my interview with Reggie.
Hmm.
Just so he could kind of see how I flow.
Hmm.
He kind of brought that up. He said, remember when you asked Reggie, did Wingate tell him about Big John? He said, nah. He said, but I told them about Maryland. He said he
Hmm.
went back and told all the Dunbar boys about Lefty. Don't fool with him.
Hmm.
So that was a real thing because I'm sure you remember that. There
Hmm.
was the don't go to Maryland
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
until Keith Booth. I guess Keith Booth was the first Dunbar guy
Right.
to go to Maryland since
Hmm.
since Ernie Grant. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, when you check it out, man, let me know
Oh yeah.
what you think about it.
Yeah.
But he said he's willing to come back on, chop it up, talk some basketball. So um,
Right.
I definitely enjoyed talking to him for sure.
Cool.
And
Cool.
he
Cool.
good dude, man.
All right. All
Yep.
right, my brother.
Yep. So yeah, we wrap it up, man. Super Bowl football season is over.
Goodness gracious.
It's over. We done grinded it out all football season, doing the recaps of the Ravens games and talking about football now. Now it's over. So, I don't know what we're gonna do. We talk some basketball, guys, and other stuff.
Well, see, you're a baseball guy too, though. You love that baseball. I don't like baseball at all.
Baseball is hard to talk about.
Right? Ain't much to talk about.
Yeah,
Right?
it's hard to talk about. You know,
You need to pick it up more when they get close to them playoffs, though.
yeah.
Basketball.
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to catch some college game. My high school season just about over.
Hmm.
My JV, we got 2 more games, and the JV season is over Friday.
I see my girl doing well over Mount Carmel. Tiny Adams. You know
Who's
she
that? I ain't
coach over
familiar with.
there.
See the coach.
Yeah. She's the
Okay.
highest score basketball player in Morgan State history.
Oh, okay. All right.
And,
Okay.
and
I'm
she
not
over
familiar.
there coach. This is her first year coaching over Mount Carmel.
Okay. All right. Well,
So she's
shout
doing
out to
well.
her.
Think they're in the championship if they win one more game.
Okay. So this that time too. The high school playoffs, and then like the championships and the privates, all that stuff. Great kick off in the next couple of weeks.
Right,
So it'd be some get some good basketball coming up. So
right.
I'm gonna be able to check something. I know. I think tomorrow or Thursday, Lake Clifton and Dunbar. Lake Clifton and Dunbar. I think the game is at Lake, but I got a game Thursday, so I'm not. I ain't really mess with it. But
Right.
I know they was talking about it because
Oh yeah, I saw the flyer. I saw the flyer.
Mike Lloyd and then Kevin
Hmm.
Braswell from Lake. Both of them had
Hmm.
some health issues recently. Matter of fact, around the same time.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like it's like a alumni game for Lake Clifton. I guess they want a lot of the alumni to come back. But that game is always going to be a big game
Hmm.
anyway, just
Hmm.
because of what it meant to to East Baltimore for real,
Right.
Lake Dunbar. So
Hmm.
yeah, we got some big basketball coming. We'll pull some shows together. We pull
Yes,
it
sir.
together. We definitely try to do something on location somewhere. But
Okay.
yeah, thanks for joining me.
All right, my brother.
We
We'll
had to
do the
wrap
same.
season up, so yeah, we'll be in touch and we'll get back at it. But
You
always,
got
man,
it.
appreciate you, brother.
You got it, my brother.
Have a good night, man.
Deuce.
All right, peace. Hall of Famer checking out. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'm about to wrap this thing up. Football season came to a close. Sports mix. We still gonna be here, weekly. Just talking whatever sports topics that we can come up with. Like I say, I'm not NBA is not my thing. I'm a basketball guy, but the NBA right now, it's hard for me to get into it at this point in the year. But I watch, and that trade for AD and Luca, that was pretty big deal. Uh, and AD's hurt already, so there's that. This guy, I don't know, man, he like paper soldier or something, and he's playing pretty good that first game. He actually like he's playing really well, and then he got hurt, and he'll be out for a couple weeks. So I don't know, man. It is what it is, But it's football season is over. We had a great season talking about just talking about all of the Ravens games. We recapped every Ravens game. Um, Usually on Tuesday nights, we talked about the Ravens, and we had big hopes for the Ravens this year. Just didn't pull it out. Uh, so again, we back at it. Hopeful with the off season, what kind of moves they make, kind of signings they had with free agency and the draft coming up. We'll see. But we Ravens Central over here. We gonna get that Ravens talk, that good Baltimore talk. So basketball season again is winding down. Far as high school, um, college season will be March Madness in a few weeks, and the NBA the playoffs, and really the All Star Weekend is coming up this week for the NBA, and that's kind of when I really start watching a lot of NBA, kind of really getting into it because this when the season start to really take off. That's when you kind of teams start separating themselves. Um, the pretenders will fall into place, and the contenders will rise up to the occasion at this time of the year in the NBA. So anything y'all want to hear, anything y'all want to see, interviews, things like that, people y'all might want to see on the show, hit me on the inbox on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribing to the YouTube channel. Get them likes up, comments, shares. Like I say, man, we open for whatever. Just talking sports, Baltimore sports, and the sports in general. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. See, we had some people locking in. Appreciate y'all, man, for the support. Again, if anything you want to see or hear, hit me on my inbox, man, and I can make it happen. But I'm about to be up out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all snowy Tuesday night. Hopefully it's snow enough to shut work down tomorrow, because your boy don't feel like going. I ain't say that out loud, did I? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Peace.
You in the mix, man. You in the sportsman. You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.